By the end of July 12, the battle had finished. The main objective of the counteroffensive by the Voronezh front with the forces of the 5th Guards Tank Army and the 5th Guards Army was not achieved. The enemy was not defeated, but further advance of the formations of the 2nd SS Panzer Corps near Prokhorovka was halted. Having advanced 35 kilometers from July 5 to July 12, Manstein's troops were forced to spend 3 days at the positions they had reached, making futile attempts to break through the Soviet defenses, and began to withdraw from the captured bridgehead. A turning point occurred during the battle. Soviet troops, who went on the offensive on July 17, pushed the German armies back to their initial positions by July 23 in the south of the Kursk Bulge. According to Soviet data, about 400 German tanks, 300 vehicles, and over 3,500 soldiers and officers remained on the battlefield during the Battle of Prokhorovka. However, these numbers are questioned. For example, according to calculations by G. Oleynikov, no more than 300 German tanks could have participated in the battle. According to studies by Atomzov, referencing data from the German Federal Military Archive, during the battles of July 12 to 13, the Leibstandard Adolf Hitler Division lost 2 PZ.4 tanks irretrievably, 2 PZ.4 and 2 PZ.3 tanks were sent for long-term repairs, and 15 PZ.4 and 1 PZ.3 tanks were sent for short-term repairs. The total losses of tanks and assault guns of the 2nd SS Panzer Corps on July 12 amounted to about 80 tanks and assault guns, including at least 40 units lost by the Death's Head Division. At the same time, the Soviet 18th and 29th Tank Corps of the 5th Guards Tank Army lost up to 70% of their tanks. Ln Lopokovsky writes that the Germans, who controlled the battlefield, including visually, estimated our losses that day at 244 tanks. By July 13, German troops, significantly weakened during the unsuccessful strategic offensive at Kursk from the southern direction, switched to defense along the entire Voronezh front, except for the 69A sector. The German command, seeking to gain some advantage from the situation, assigned a specific task to the 3rd Tank Corps and the 2nd SS Tank Corps to encircle 5 divisions of the 69A that were defending in a narrow bulge between the Lipovy Donets and Seversky Donets rivers and eliminate this bulge. The plan for the operation was prepared in less than a day. The relevant orders were communicated to the units in the last hours of July 13, and the offensive began at 4 o'clock on July 14. At dawn on July 14, after a short artillery preparation, the 4th Battalion of the Das Reich Division attacked the elevation southwest of the settlement of Pravorot and, after fierce battles for each house, which turned into hand-to-hand combat, drove out the remnants of the 2nd Guards from the Tatinsky TK in the village of Belanaikino. After several unsuccessful counterattacks, the Red Army units retreated to the east, taking up a new defensive line reinforced by the 10th Guards Mechanized Brigade of the 5th Guards Mechanized Corps by order of Zhukov. Ultimately, the 7th Tank Division of the 3rd Panzer Corps of the Wehrmacht connected with the Das Reich Division. However, having correctly assessed the evolving situation, the commander of the 69th Army ordered a retreat with battles. Thus, the main objective of the operation was not achieved. In the ring of encirclement, there remained only a significant amount of anti-tank artillery of the 69th Army. After receiving the corresponding orders at the end of the day on July 15, the Totenkopf Division began to withdraw from its positions north of the Sayal River, while the SS 2nd Panzer Corps switched to a defensive posture along the entire occupied front area.